back to the Football Heritage. We're back again today. It's the May Week edition of the Football Heritage. We had a lot of games today in the Champions League. A lot of games played today in the Champions League. The Real Madrid, Benfica versus Real Madrid. Jose Mourinho against his former club Real Madrid won 4-2, which means Benfica qualified for the playoff. And Real Madrid didn't make the top 8, so they also qualified for the playoff. What a dramatic game. The Benfica goalkeeper scoring from the last kick of the game. A free kick headed straight into the back of the net by the Benfica goalkeeper. What a goal. Wow. A dramatic game. Jose Mourinho team qualified for the playoff stage of the Champions League. And let me just go through the results. All of the result as you can see on the screen. As you can see on the screen, those are the results for tonight Champions League. Monaco and Juventus 0-0. Ajax 1, Olympiacos 2. Arsenal 3, Karat Amate 2. Athletic Club 2, Sporting 3. Atletico Madrid 1, Bodo Glimt 2. FC Barcelona 4, FC Copenhagen 1, Bayern Leverkusen 3, Villarreal 0, Benfica 4, Real Madrid 2, Borussia Dortmund 0, Inter Milan 2, Club Rouge 3, Olympique Marseille 0, Eintracht Frankfurt 0, Tottenham Hotspur 2, Liverpool 6, Karabakh FK 0, Manchester City 2, Galatasaray 0, Napoli 2, Chelsea 3, PSV Eindhoven 1, Bayern Munich 2, Pafos FC 4, Slavia Prague 1, Paris Saint-Germain 1, Newcastle United 1, Union Saint-Gilloise 1, Atalanta 0. So those are the score line for all the games that played tonight. So let's see how the table looks. The teams that make the top 8 and all the teams that qualify for the playoff. And if you look at the table so far, you can see Arsenal 100% record. They won all of their 8 games in the Champions League. 0 defeat, 0 draw, scored 23 goals, only 4 conceded with 24 points. Bayern Munich second, 21 points. Liverpool third with 18 points. Tottenham Hotspur, a team that is struggling in the Premier League, they are 4th in the Champions League with 17 points. FC Barcelona 5th with 16 points. Chelsea 6th with 16 points. Sporting 7 with 16 points. And the last spot, Manchester City 8th place with 16 points. So Those are the 8 teams that qualify for the last 16. The 8 teams that qualify for the last 16. Arsenal, Bayern Munich, Liverpool, Tottenham, Barcelona, Chelsea, Sporting, Lisbon, and Manchester City. And from 9th, Real Madrid position all the way to 24, Benfica, those teams will play in a playoff to make the round of 16. So Madrid, Inter Milan, Paris Saint-Germain, Newcastle United, Juventus, Atletico Madrid, Atalanta, Bayer Leverkusen, Borussia Dortmund, Olympiacos, Club Rouge, Galatasaray, Monaco, Karabakh, Bodo Glimt, and Benfica. So from 25th place all the way to 36, they are out of the competition. So Olympique Marseille, Pafo, Union Gallos, Eindhoven, Bilbao, Napoli, Copenhagen, Ajax, Frankfurt, Slavia Prague, Villarreal, and Caira, they are all out. So, and if we look at the top goal scorer so far in the competition, Kylian Mbappe is leading he's the leading top goal scorer for now in the Champions League. As you can see on the screen, Kylian Mbappe, no one is close to him. Kylian Mbappe, 13 goals, Harry Kane, 8 goals, Haaland 7, and Martinelli 6, Osimhen 6, Gordon 6, and the rest of the guys 5, 4. So Kylian Mbappe is on the chart. So we already know all the teams that qualify for the round of 16 and the teams that will be in the playoff for them to book a place in the round of 16. And as you can see, the 8 teams that have qualified directly for the round of 16, we have 5 teams for the Premier League among the 8 teams. Arsenal, Manchester City, Chelsea, Man City, Chelsea, Liverpool, and Tottenham. So 6 Premier League teams started the Champions League this season, and all 6 stay in the competition. All the 6 Premier League teams stay in the competition. 5 of those 16 qualify for the round of 16, and Newcastle United is the only Premier League team that will be in the playoff. So I think this alone tells you the strength of the Premier League. I mean, the top 8 in the Champions League group stage, 5 of the 8 teams are from the Premier League. And if you look at how abysmal Tottenham Hotspur, how abysmal they have been atrocious in the Premier League. They have been atrocious in the Premier League. But here they are in the Champions League. They are 4th. They qualify for the round of 16. Finishing 4th. Tottenham finishing 4th. A team that is a laughing stock in the Premier League. So, as you look at the Premier League this season, every game in the Premier League is a difficult game. Every game in the Premier League is difficult. I think most of the Premier League teams, most of them are strong. The competition in the Premier League, for me, at this moment in time, I think is stronger than any other league. Because you look at Paris Saint-Germain against Newcastle, difficult game. Paris Saint-Germain couldn't get it better at the Parc des Princes of Newcastle United. Or Newcastle United side that is in a bottom half of the table in the Premier League. They are struggling for wins in the Premier League. And in the Champions League, they are performing. But this stage of the competition is important. The group stage of the Champions League is important, but I think we didn't see the best of all those teams in the competition. As you are aware, last season, Paris Saint-Germain, they struggled in the group stage. They barely qualify. They had to wait for the last game to qualify. But the knockout stage, they improve. So, this competition, I think you're going to see the best improving their games. You're going to see how they perform in the knockout stage. The group stage is important, but the knockout stage, there where you can see the best of all the players in the competition. Arsenal, they did brilliantly. They qualified as the winner of the group. They won all their games. They maintained 100%. But that doesn't mean that they will win the Champions League, because that's just the group stage. The group stage is different from the knockout stage. Even though they are one of the favorites, they have been performing this season. I'm not going to take that away from them. They have been performing in the Champions League this season, particularly the group stage. They perform well. But my only issue with Arsenal, as you are aware, in the group stage, there's no pressure. There's no huge pressure in the group stage. They were just cruising in most of their game. No pressure. But whenever there's pressure, a little bit of pressure, Arsenal, they crumble. They bottle everything when there is pressure on their team. You saw them tonight win. They won the game, and even against Inter Milan, they were the best team. They dominated Inter Milan. They won last week, and this week again they won because there's no pressure. No pressure. This Arsenal team, they play well when there is no pressure. But when the pressure comes, there where they collapse. But they are one of the favorites, but they are number one favorite for this season Champions League. I still maintain Bayern Munich is my favorite for the Champions League because the way they play football, they are so entertaining and they have a lot of good players and they have a killer on top. Because at a certain stage of the competition, you need a goal puncher to take you from danger. You need a goal puncher. When the game is tight, you need that striker with a killer instinct to win your game. And Arsenal, the reason why they are number one favorite, Arsenal, they don't have that person who has that killer instinct, that person who has that mentality. They don't have a Hurricane or Haaland or Kylian Mbappe type of striker. Arsenal don't have that. Many people thought Victor Gyökeres would have been the one to do that, but he has been absolutely atrocious since he joined the football club. So my number one favorite for the Champions League is FC Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich, they have Harry Kane. He's a goal puncher, a serial goal puncher. He has been one of the best strikers in European football for years now. For years now, he has been one of the best strikers in European football. So he is my number one. Bayern Munich is my number one favorite for the Champions League, followed by I stay great Paris Saint-Germain. The way they play football, they have Vitinha, they are Mayfield. They have one of the best Mayfield in Europe. Despite of their form in a group stage, despite of their performance in a group stage, I still think they have players. They have players that can cause the damage, especially when the knockout stage comes around. Because the knockout stage, there where you can know the difference between a world-class player and average player. Vitinha, Joao Neves, those guys, they are still in the competition. This is why I stay graded as one of my second favorite for the title this season. It's still Paris Saint-Germain. We know they've been having a lot of injury, particularly in the group stage. They have been having a lot of injuries. And come the knockout stage, they're going to get a lot of those players fit 100% and ready to go. So I still think Paris Saint-Germain is my second favorite for the Champions League. And I cannot rule out Real Madrid even though they are not performing at that level that they're supposed to be. But you can't rule them out along with FC Barcelona. I think both of them like my tier favorite. Because Barcelona, if you look at Lamine Yamal, Lewandowski, they should be up there as one of the favorites because they are very good. Technically, they are very, very good. You look at the midfield. Barcelona midfield is very, very good. So I cannot rule FC Barcelona out. They are one of the favorites. They should be third and Madrid fourth. I think Barcelona is the third favorite because Robert Lewandowski, apart from Cristiano Ronaldo and Messi, for the past 20, 25 years, he has scored more goals than any other footballer, with the exception of Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo. And he is the third all-time goal scorer in the Champions League. This guy, he is aging. If you look at him, he's like, I think they're 36, 37, but he still scoring goal. And you look at Rafinha, who is one of, I don't know, he is underrated, but Rafinha is the best player in Barcelona. We know Lamine Yamal get Lamine Yamal get the PR, but I do believe that even the Ballon d'Or, Rafinha should have finished at least second in the Ballon d'Or. Not Lamine Yamal. Yamal is the poster boy. He is the one. He get a lot of PR, but Rafinha, he is very, very efficient. He is. He doesn't joke around. He scores a lot of goals with a lot of assists. He is very, very efficient. So Barcelona having Yamal, Rafinha, Lewandowski. The only problem with Barcelona, like I didn't make them like the first or the second favorite. When I look at them defensively, they are awful. And at the crucial stage of the competition, games gonna be difficult. Most of the games at the semi-final, the final, gonna be very, very difficult. And if you don't have that defensive structure, that good defensive structure, no matter how many goals you score, your defense gonna give away cheap goals. And that's a major problem Barcelona team has. They don't have good defense. Their defense is weak. And we saw that last season. If Barcelona had a good defense, they would have played the final against Paris Saint-Germain. But because of that defensive liability, their defense is very weak. Because of that, they lost to Inter Milan. If they had a good defense that is just above average, they would have gone to the final last year. So this is why they are the third. Then come Arsenal. Looking at Arsenal, the way they have played in the Champions League this season, especially the group stage, the way they play this season, they have been magnificent. They have been absolutely sensational. So I cannot rule them out. Even though they have never won a competition. And if you look at their squad, they get a very good defensive unit. As a unit, Arsenal defend as a unit. Gabriel, Saliba, Calafiori, and Timber, they are very good. So they have a very good defense and a very good goalkeeper. But the major problem that I see with Arsenal, the coach. Their coach is a major issue. Mikel Arteta, especially when it comes to big games, Arteta scared to go for it. He will apply scare tactics. He never go for a game. He never go for a kill. He just apply scare tactics. Like when he was playing for Everton Football Club. That's how he approached big game. And this is the problem. Arsenal players don't have the freedom, especially The attackers, they don't have the freedom to express themselves. Arteta has limited Arsenal foul. They don't express themselves. They don't. He doesn't allow Saka, Martinelli, Trossard, the entire attack to express themselves. So this is the problem. The way Mikel Arteta, the way he approached big games, is an issue. This is the problem with Arsenal team. Well, if you look at the squad, they have a very, very good squad that could compete or win the Premier League and the Champions League. But Mikel is holding them back. He did well to assemble such a good squad, having spent over £1 billion. That I think any good coach, if you get any good coach £1 billion in 7 years to assemble such a squad, I think any good coach will do a wonderful job that Mikel has done. But that's the major issue. The attacking force. Arsenal attack is weak. The attack is weak. They don't score a lot of goals. Arteta don't allow them to express themselves, especially in big games. But they are my favorite for the Champions League. Then other teams that have outside chances of winning the league, I can say Liverpool. They have good players, but their team, Liverpool, Manchester City, those other two teams have also chances of winning the Champions League, because Pep Guardiola is one of the greatest coaches of all time. He is there. He's up there with Ferguson, Ancelotti, those guys. Guardiola is up there. So with him in charge of City and with Erling Haaland, this guy is one of the deadliest finisher ever in modern day football. He is one of the deadliest finisher in football history. Without Haaland, this season, Man City wouldn't even make the top 4 in the Premier League. He's that good in front of goal. He is one of the best finisher of all time. So, as long as they have a man like Erling Haaland up front, they stand a chance of winning the Champions League. So, they and Liverpool, if you look at Liverpool team, if they can get all those guys fit, Alexander Isak, Hugo Ekitike, Mo Salah, if Mo Salah can regain his form, I think they do stand an also chance of winning the Champions League. Apart from the 5 teams that I named earlier of being the favorites to win the Champions League, Liverpool and Man City, they also stand a chance to win. They have good players, but they have not been performing this season. So that's it for the Champions League. And as for the top goal scorer, I think Kylian going to win it. Kylian Mbappe is the best finisher in world football at this moment in time. There is no striker at this moment in time that is on Kylian Mbappe level. He is up there on his own. And the Haaland of this war right below Kylian Mbappe. He has 13 goals. He is the top goal scorer in the Spanish La Liga. He is the top goal scorer in the Champions League. So he's up there. He is the best finisher at this moment in world football. So we move on. Let's look at Manchester United. You know, that's my team. The transfer window is about to close. And Dogu is out for 10 weeks. Jeremy Dogu out for 10 weeks. That was quite unfortunate. He has been in terrific form. So losing Dogu is a huge setback. Score against Manchester City and score on Sunday against Arsenal. Score a brilliant goal in the top bin against Arsenal. sustained injury and he's out for 10 weeks. But I don't know what's the plan. Are they planning the Bull? Are they planning to only buy player for in the summer? Are they not getting even someone on loan? Because we need some players in the middle of the park. The 2 wins against City and Arsenal shouldn't distract us. The Bull, Glazers, Ineos, they still have to go. They still have to go. This is the only way our team will be where we want them to be. The Glazer and Ineos, they have to leave. Omar Berada, Jason Wilcox, all of them have to go. Because what are they doing? What are they doing? The transfer window is about to close. The January transfer window. And they have not signed a single player. And we are short in Murphy. We are short. Who dare to replace Kobe Meno? Who dare to replace Casemiro? We play with Kobe Meno, Casemiro, and Bruno Fernandes. Any other injury, you only level you got it. We are short in the middle of the park. And yet, since the transfer window opened January 1st, today is January 28th, they are sitting comfortably without making a attempt. At least get somebody in. We know you are telling us that you have a plan to bring in either Walton, Baliba, or Anderson to bring 2 of the 3. But for now, we need somebody. Top 4 is important. We have to get Champions League football. 2 seasons now, we cannot go to the Champions League. We have not qualified for the Champions League for 2 consecutive seasons. We have to qualify for next season Champions League. We have to qualify. We have to qualify for next season Champions League. We have to qualify for the Champions League next season. So, the Bull, what are they doing? What are they doing? You have options. Look at City. They went and they got Antoine Semenyo. They paid his release clause. They didn't stop there. They went and got Gay. Because they know they're short in defense. They went and got Gay. But what are we doing? What is the board doing? What are they waiting for? Why? Why are they not getting somebody in? Why are they not getting somebody in? They have to get some defensive midfielder. Even on one defensive midfielder, they have to get somebody in. Or else we may miss out on Champions League football because of the negligence of the Bull. We are in a great position right now. We are currently 4th, and looking at the form of Chelsea, very inconsistent. Looking at Liverpool this season, and 5th play must still get Champions League football like last season. And we currently 4th. And looking at Liverpool form, they are terrible. So we are in good position to finish in the top 4 or the top 5. But what is the board doing to take advantage of that? Up to now, they haven't signed anyone. We need somebody in the middle. Ugarte has been useless all season. We don't want someone to get injured or Casemiro or Kobe Meno to get injured. Then we level Une Ugarte to replace the person that injured. He has been absolutely dreadful. Ugarte has been atrocious all season. You cannot depend on Ugarte. He has been atrocious. We can't bring Ugarte to play. to replace or Kobe Mano or Casemiro, as old as Casemiro is, but his defensive positioning is crucial. He's in the right place at the right time most of the time. He doesn't have the legs to cover the pitch properly, we agree. But Casemiro, for now, is crucial for our Champions League qualification. Casemiro is crucial for our Champions League qualification. So if, God forbid, if he sustains injury, what are we going to do? Bring in Ugarte or guy that have been terrible all year? You need someone. Get someone in. Even if it is on a 6-month loan, we need somebody in. We just have the 3 days for the window to close. We need someone in. You cannot take a risk. You cannot take a risk. If someone sustains injury, we are done. And we cannot take this risk. Please bring somebody in ASAP. We can't take a risk. Bring somebody in, please. We need somebody in to replace if Casemiro, or even like if you're having a bargain, substituting and put that person on. Or bench him. Give him a break for 1 or 2 games. But what the board doing? The board is not helping. This is why they all need to leave. We know Michael Carrick has been in charge for less than 2 weeks, and the feel-good factors back at this football club. The fans, we all feeling good at this moment in time. But that shouldn't take our mind from on the bigger issues. And the bigger issues are, 1, the entire board should leave this football club. 2, the owners, Ineos and the Glazer, we have to force them to sell this football club. You remember the Glazers? They made Ferguson to retire at the time he retired because they were not spending enough money in the transfer market. Locally season Cristiano Ronaldo, we sold Cristiano Ronaldo to Real Madrid for £80 million that season. What did we buy with that money? Marco Owen on a free transfer. Antonio Valencia for Wigan. How? That window was abysmal. You just saw your star player, the best player in the world, only to replace him with Valencia and free transfer Marco Owen. And Carlos Tevez left the same transfer window. How are you replacing Tevez? That was the biggest downgrade in the history of Manchester United. The biggest downgrade. And who was responsible for that biggest downgrade? The Glazers. And yet we still have that at the football club. We shouldn't have been in this position if we had good owner. We shouldn't have been in this position. Carlos Tevez left the football club. He was on a 2-season loan to Man United. The loan expired. Man United didn't offer him a new contract with the money he wanted. He went to Manchester City. Cristiano Ronaldo was sold to Real Madrid because he wanted to go. Then we replaced Carlos Tevez and the best player in world football, Cristiano Ronaldo, with Michael freaking Owen and Antonio Valencia, the biggest downgrade ever in the history of the football club. From that stage until Ferguson left, how many times we bought good players or spent good money to bring players in? From that time, when Ronaldo left, Carlos Tevez left, how many players are we brought in the football club? That this guy is the biggest talent in world football, or this guy one of the best players in world football? Zero. And when Ferguson, Because I said the time when Ronaldo first joined Real Madrid, he was having a terrible time. He even wanted to come back, and when Ferguson went to the Bull, Gareth Bale agreed to join Manchester United. Cristiano Ronaldo agreed to come back to the football club. Ferguson went to the Bull to get Gareth Bale and Cristiano Ronaldo. The Bull rejected it. They said they don't have money. So just imagine what this football club could have been. Attack of Ronaldo, Rooney, and Gareth Bale. They ruined this football club. They have ruined this club. And now the time they're supposed to spend money, they didn't spend the money. Then they start spending money on players that they're not supposed to spend money on. You already ruined the squad. And now we have a perfect opportunity with Liverpool and Chelsea form. We have good opportunity to go to the Champions League next season, and the Bull want to jeopardize that. They want to jeopardize that opportunity. Why? Why? Why the Bull want to be a hindrance to our Champions League qualification? Why? Why they don't want to spend money? They should be spending some money in this transfer window. Looking at our position, 4th place. Spend some money so in case we have injury. But in substitution, if you make a substitute, at least you're taking off Kobe or Casemiro, you bring in a proper midfielder. Not thinking about bringing on Ugarte or some youth or bringing on Mason Mount. No. Mason Mount, Ugarte, they are trash. They can be the option from the bench. Our midfield option from the bench cannot be Ugarte and Mason Mount. It can be. They have to spend some money. They have to. This is their strategy. This is their strategy. They always do this. They will say, oh, we'll wait for summertime to spend the money. No. We don't want to wait for only summer. Spend some money now. You can spend the rest summertime. Wait for summer so in case we don't make the Champions League. Spend some money now. City just spent. They bought 2 players because they know they want to win the or the Premier League or the Champions League or win both. So they spend money to improve their squad. Semedo going to bring some goals because they have been heavily relying on Erling Haaland for goals. But bringing in Semedo going to score a lot of goals for them. Why can't we do the same? Bring in some players. Ruben Neves. Bring Ruben Neves. You can even bring Ndidi. I don't have problem. Short-term loan. You don't even have to buy. There are opportunities in the market for short-term loan. Go and get somebody in. Simple. Go and get somebody in. Yeah, because we have to make the Champions League. This is the biggest club in England, one of the biggest clubs. In world football cannot be all of the Champions League for 3 consecutive seasons. We have to make the Champions League. It's a matter of must. We must qualify. We have to qualify for the Champions League. I don't care. We have to make the Champions League. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you just joined in, please do subscribe to the channel. The link is in the description. The Football Heritage, please share. You can also share and like. Please do subscribe, share, and like the channel. And tomorrow we'll be back here again with another edition of the Football Heritage. So this is how I come to the end of this one. And you guys can have a wonderful night or a wonderful day. It depends where you are watching from. So peace. I'm all here.